tough one to swallow.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Darnold. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Bell. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Check 99.
Great.
Smoke. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Newton. And caught right side. Green. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about.
Let's go, defense.
But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd and 12, Newton. And he's got it. And he coughed it up. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. This is Josh Lambo. He hit from 57 a year ago. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Come on. Tight end left, tight end left. 4 down, 4 down.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Darnold completes it, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Darnold from the gun. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Boy, performance on the ground. That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You're not ready. You're not ready.
They run again with Hunt, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready.
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
That's what I'm talking about.
Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now.
Here we go. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Switch. Kill. Any weapon.
Play action. It's Newton. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 9-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Here's Darnold. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield, or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Go. Go.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Jake Ryan. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And an alley to run. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A heck of a way to start the fourth quarter, just south of 40 yards on the pickup. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert.
Run.
And he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We got this.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use time?
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
After the run, now Darnold to throw. Caught here by Bell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. Mike 57. Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Let's go. 61, matchbox lights.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Check 53. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now Cam, option left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
He wasn't ready.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Cam fakes the give and keeps it. And an alley to run. 20. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem.
And he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all three timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run again with Hunt. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check 50.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
The Jets take
Let's go,
over
fellas.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jake Ryan in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
57 to Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool it down, let it simmer. Hey,